If you're wanting to pick the updated Macan from the old one, this full-width taillight is your biggest clue, with Porsche giving the rest of the styling the typical if it ain't broke approach, despite a whole bunch of other changes under the skin. This first big update to Porsche's smaller SUV is actually quite a big deal, given it's become Porsche's most popular model by a long shot, more than doubling the large Cayenne for sales, and it's actually eclipsing the iconic 911 by more than 5 to 1. Aside from the rear light treatment, which brings the Macan into line with Porsche's more recent designs, there's also new LED headlights, subtle tweaks to the lower body details, and some new wheel options rounding out the exterior differences. But most importantly, it's still got that low, broad, squat stance that looks like a proper Porsche performance machine. And if you're looking for more detail, check out the full review at carsguide.com.au. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe to stay on top of all our latest videos. We've only driven the Macan S so far, with the base Macan arriving in showrooms at the same time, and the even spicier GTS and the top-of-the-range Turbo still some time off. The biggest change on the inside is the upgrade to a 10.9-inch version of the latest multimedia screen we've already seen in the Panamera and Cayenne, which is a really nice system with lovely displays and it's easy to use. iPhone users have got Apple CarPlay, but there's still no Android Auto. The Macan also now comes with the same steering wheel as the 911, which is about as nice as steering wheels get, with a lovely round shape in these sexy little knurled control knobs for volume and menu controls. One omission I find quite surprising with the updated Macan is that it still doesn't get much in the way of active safety. Unlike pretty much every other premium SUV on the market, you've got to pay extra to get AEB and active cruise control. The back seat is the same as before, which means there's enough headroom and legroom back here for shorter adults like myself, which means there's plenty of room back here for 2 kids, although the sloping roofline will probably make it a pain for taller parents loading child seats. The boot area is unchanged, with a pretty decent 500 litre capacity back here with the seats up, and a space saver spare still under the boot floor, but I find the sloping tailgate that gives the Macan its sexy coupe roofline in the real world makes it pretty difficult to load the boot space right up to the max. The biggest mechanical news so far is that there's no more diesel, as with all Porsche models, and the Macan S's petrol V6 loses 1 turbo in favour of a single but more high-tech twin-scroll unit. The result is an extra 10 kilowatts of power and 20 newton-meters of torque, which is knocked just a tenth off the 0 to 100 acceleration claim, and also just 0.1 off the official combined fuel figure. There's a whole bunch of other detail improvements like more aluminium in the suspension components, bigger brakes, and also more sound deadening for a quieter drive. The result is really nice though, with really good stability at speed for an SUV, and it's genuinely good fun to drive fast. The steering has really nice feel for what it is. There's a wall of urge from that turbo engine. The PDK transmission is really well calibrated, particularly in the sport modes. I didn't reach for the pedal shifters once. And then when you're not driving it like a Porsche, it's still a really comfortable car to drive. I actually had to check under the guards of this one to make sure it wasn't fitted with the optional air suspension, even though it's also wearing the optional bigger 21-inch wheels. Why can't everyone do suspension like this? The new Macan is only a smidge better in most areas, but it's been brought up to date in most ways. I'd still be making sure I tick the box for the active cruise control and AEB, but that aside, this is an astounding driver's car for an SUV. And don't forget, if you're looking for more details, check out the full review at carsguide.com.au, and don't forget to hit subscribe to stay on top of all our latest videos.